Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So after the third day in Vietnam, which I went to a kind of hybrid wedding ceremony and reception, I was traveling with my neighbor lived next to me here, but they actually have a house in Phu Quoc. I will show you a clip of that somewhere. So we went ahead and drove down to another province, which is Vinh, and then from there the next day we drive to Phu Quoc, and then I stayed there for about 2-3 days, and then we drove back to Vinh and then back to Saigon, and then go back to USA. So it's only we were there just less than 2 weeks, including travel time. So it was a rush traveling. I was on that schedule, so but it was a good experience. I will make a video of what to expect when you travel to Vietnam, the process and money wise later on. But this one, I'm gonna include all the clip together. That way, it's gonna lump in the time. So if I can remember the day, I will put in the day. I don't know. It's just a continuation from after the wedding until the day I leave Saigon. All right, enjoy.
So we are leaving Saigon and heading to Vinh Long to visit his in-law, and we are traveling on kind of like a toll road here. So southern Vietnam have developed quite much more to modern era nowadays after 40-something years. So we are traveling on kind of like a paved freeway here toward the southern part of Vietnam. So along the highway, they call it Speedy Highway. We have rest stop here, just like a kind of like a food court. Let's say rest stop, and the name, of course. Cao Tốc means speedy. So yeah, you can stop here for drink, for food, restroom break, all kind of food in here, and gas over here. So this is the largest bridge that connects between Vinh Long and Cần Thơ, and we are heading toward Vinh Long to visit his in-law house. This is part of a collaboration between Korean and Vietnam to build this bridge. And it's still part of the paved toll road. So about 2.5 hours we arrive our destination, which is kind of like a countryside, as you can see right here. And it used to be all dirt road here, but now it's all modernized with paved road and everything, but the road's still small, very small. And by the way, we are riding in a brand new Volvo, which he bought for $100,000, which is a lot in Vietnam. So we arrived at my friend's house in the countryside. So how do you keep cool? You stay under the nice little cool hammock. So if you remember that big bridge that we crossed before, this is in Cần Thơ, which is right on the other side of that bridge. So this is night market, so you can either walk or take this shuttle.
Cầu Cái Vòn đó, xã Đức Bình. Mình là hàng xóm.
So this is a night market in Cần Thơ. So I was in Cần Thơ when I was very young, and it's like they are dirt poor back then, back in 1970. This is actually a very big electric golf cart that we are riding in. So I think at the end for I think 6 or 8 people, we only pay like 300 dong, which is about $11 or so. So we are traveling on a high-speed, what do you call this? Ferry. It's so hard to find that word. Right now they don't go as fast. As soon they go out a little bit further, then they go really fast. But it still take us about 3 hours to get from Rap Gia to Phu Quoc. As you can see, we are traveling quite very fast. Alright, so after 3 hours, we are approaching slowly toward the island Phu Quoc. This island is very famous back in the old days for making fish sauce, the best of the whole Vietnam. So the sun finally came out, so I got an opportunity to go visit the origin of this island. See, back in the old days, this island, all they do is making fish sauce. Very famous for making fish sauce here. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am here at actually this is my neighbor Manson. I'll give you a little tour later. He lived next door to me in California, but this is where in they call it Phu Quoc. It's actually used to be an island that mainly produces fish sauce. They still do, but it's more like exotic, expensive fish sauce. But now it's more concentrated in tourism. All right, let me show you a little tour. See this backyard? They plant all kind of fruit tree, banana, mango. I mean, even all the vegetable. Look at this, all the vegetable back here. All the herb that you need. So you don't really need to go anywhere else for basic vegetable. See, all these are herb stuff. See, whenever they need some herb, they just come out here and pick some. It's ready, available. At one point, they raising fish in here too. You can get the fish out. Yeah, a lot of different herbs. Look at this. And over there is the company for making brick. That's why here on the island that he's considered to be, he owns a lot of land, so he's pretty rich. So right here is his villa house. Look nice, very nice. They invite me over here to stay with them. Literally from the day I left Vietnam, I'm in US to here. I've been staying with them. I didn't spend a dime on the accommodation hotel. See, this is the entrance to the house, to the back of the garage. So in Vietnam, any house that have a front to the street with a lot of money. This is not just house. This is more like a villa, a mansion. I'll give you a shot of this when I'm out on the street, main street. So you can see this is a pretty well-off houses in the front of the street, and there you can see the obvious mode of transportation is motorcycle. Anybody that have car is well-off people. Normal people would ride in two-wheel motor, and most of they're not even big motorcycle. That's more like 100cc or less. Oh yeah, on this side is his brick building, making brick company on this side here, along all his property. See, this is considered the main highway. So here's a shot, kind of side of his house. This, his son-in-law say this is the biggest house in this island. Yeah, it's been cloudy all day, so hopefully we have some sunny day that I will go to the beach. Actually, I did go out close to the beach. I will put in a little clip later on to show you. See, you have all these gardens, different plants, nice little garden. Yeah, you don't be a normal people to own property like this. And believe it or not, this is my neighbor next door to me in California. That's why this trip is such a hurry trip. It's only less than 2 weeks. Hopefully next time I go back to Vietnam, be a longer trip, and I'll be traveling throughout the whole country and give you a little bit more insight. Yeah, even in California, they have a lot of plants like this planting in the house, along the backyard of the house. So as you can see, they love having plant, all different type of plant. I don't know the name, but they pretty different. And a lot of these containers, he say he make them himself. Well, not these, but the round one, like this, stuff like this. He make it himself, the plants stuff. You can see it's like nicely arranged. I believe this some, I forget what this one was, but it's editable stuff. See here, they don't plant something not just for look, but also for consumption. These are probably different type of orchid, but it's been ignored, so it didn't grow any flower yet. Yes, I bet you he's growing a bunch of different type of orchid. No, this is, I know it's weird. We jumped from day 7 to day 10. I don't know what I did day 8 and 9. Pretty much hanging out. And a lot of time I forgot to record stuff. I am enjoying my time here so much. But today, he took me to this ultra rich area, which just developed not too long ago, a few years ago. So that's why I say this island turned into a very tourism island, just like in Hawaii, stuff like that. But just enjoy the scene. I will interject whenever I can. Ủa rồi nó đi ra tới ngoài mấy cái hòn kia. Oh. Okay, here's a treat. We are looking at the longest cable car in the world, 8,000 meters. This will take you to different, those little islands that you saw when I took the ferry here. Yeah, 8,000 meters.
Của Việt Nam hay là của
That's about 8 kilometers. All right.
Đầu đây xuống đây mua cà phê, ngắm biển chơi chút đi. đây rồi. Chơi lâu lâu rồi bạn. Rồi nổi bữa anh em nước rồi nhậu tiếp.
Đây. So the rail will go all the way to all the little island. Wow. Mà ở đây thì cây dừa rẻ, chứ mà ở Mỹ mỗi cây.
Cái này cái trà là. Cái này cây cà.
Thì những cái cây dừa cảnh á, Mỹ nó gọi là dừa cảnh. Mỗi cây này ở bên đó ngày xưa là 10.000 đô một cây.
Của Ả Rập Xê Út, Dubai á. Nó cho bạn
em quay phim không à?
phim gì đó. Thiên nhiên hùng vĩ đẹp.
If you look at those buildings way out there, that's $1,000 a night. Accommodation. Ultra rich. So you can drink beer, eat lunch, and while looking down the beach, you can even get down to the beach if you want to. This is a very nice beach. Bãi này gọi là bãi gì? Bãi kem.
Kem.
So this is how I get back to the mainland from Phu Quoc.